Every April, millions of people stare at their screens, mouse hovering over that glowing File Now button, quietly wondering if they just left money on the table or accidentally committed federal fraud. Tax season has this beautiful way of turning perfectly rational adults into anxious, receipt-hoarding, Google-searching wrecks. And the software companies love every second of it. We are talking about an industry worth over $14 billion, built entirely on your confusion, your fear, and your annual existential crisis about whether you claimed your home office correctly. Here is the uncomfortable truth nobody in the ads will tell you. For most people, most years, the software is genuinely fine, and the CPA is a luxury, not a necessity. But most people is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. And the moment your situation gets even slightly complicated, that comfortable certainty evaporates fast. Think about what tax software actually is under the hood. It is a very confident, very linear decision tree that assumes your life fits neatly into its pre-built boxes. The second your income streams, deductions, or life events start drawing outside those lines, the software just smiles, nods, and quietly lets you make an expensive mistake. The catalyst for this whole debate accelerated when TurboTax, H&R Block, and others started offering expert review add-ons, which is essentially the industry admitting its own product has limits while charging you extra to compensate for them. It is the financial equivalent of a restaurant selling you dinner and then offering, for a fee, someone to check if it is edible. Let us be fair though, because the software genuinely handles the straightforward cases with impressive elegance. One W-2, standard deduction, maybe some student loan interest. You are done in 45 minutes, and you probably did not miss anything significant. The irony is that the people most anxious about filing are often the ones who need the least help, while the people breezing through confidently are sometimes the ones quietly walking past a $5,000 deduction. Historically, the CPA profession built its moat around complexity, and that moat is still very real for business owners, investors, landlords, and anyone with a life that resembles a tax code stress test rather than a textbook example. A seasoned CPA is not just filing your return, they're architecting a multi-year strategy, spotting patterns across your financial life, and sometimes saving you more than their entire fee in a single conversation. The misconception worth dismantling right now is that hiring a CPA means you distrust yourself or that you are somehow bad with money. Hiring a CPA when your situation demands it is not a sign of weakness. It is the same logic that says you can own a drill but still hire an electrician to rewire your panel. Here is your practical checklist, delivered fast. If you became self-employed, started renting property, had a major life event like marriage, divorce, or inheritance, exercised stock options, or operated across multiple states, close the software tab and pick up the phone. If none of those apply, open the software tab, pour a coffee, and stop stressing. The behavioral pattern worth noting is that people tend to upgrade to a CPA after they get burned, not before, which is precisely backwards, and exactly how the tax system quietly collects its unofficial ignorance surcharge. Discipline here means not waiting for an audit notice to take your filing situation seriously, because by then the leverage has shifted entirely away from you. The sizing principle from investing applies perfectly here. Do not let a $200 annual CPA decision protect a $200,000 financial position. Your cost to protection ratio should embarrass you into action if you are currently DIYing a legitimately complex return just to save the fee. There's something quietly philosophical about the fact that the tax code, all 4 million words of it, was never actually designed to be navigated alone. And yet, individualism, stubbornness, and a deeply American suspicion of paying for help keeps billions of dollars in unclaimed deductions sitting on the table every single year. The system is not necessarily rigged, but it is absolutely not neutral, and treating it casually is a choice with consequences. At the end of the day, the right tool is not always the cheapest tool or the most sophisticated tool. It is the tool that matches the actual complexity of your situation, applied consistently, unemotionally, and without ego. Software wins on simplicity, speed, and cost. A CPA wins on complexity, strategy, and peace of mind. Know which category you are in, act accordingly, and revisit that decision every year, because life has this inconvenient habit of graduating you into higher tax complexity without sending a formal announcement. The goal is not to be the person who always hires the CPA or always uses software. The goal is to be the person who always makes the right call. And if you are navigating bigger financial decisions this year, whether that is buying investment property, managing a renovation, or figuring out how to fund it all, check out the links in the description below, because we can help you get started in real estate investing, home contracting work, and finding the right lenders.